album, which is how do you know when you're done with an album? How do you know?
Well, with this album, I was very specific about the vision for it being a short, concise, like almost like in my mind, I had like the perfect album as a idea, right? Like perfection is unattainable. We know that conceptually it's like a problematic thing to think about perfect, but I meant perfect in the idea of like each song has a place. It can't be swapped out with anything else. It fits perfectly together, right? So that's when I knew that we had made, in my mind, the perfect album for this moment in my life was when we wrote Wishlist, because it really does get me too. Like it's really emotional. It's a very accurate stance on where I'm at in life, and like so I just it was a feeling. It was a feeling of like we're done now. I've written very sprawling albums before where I just couldn't stop writing. And there's something to that too, if that's the project you're making, but this was not that.
You are unstoppable. I mean, when do you find the time? You've had the Eras tour, you broke all kinds of records, and then you come out with this. I mean, when do you write?
So this was happening at the same time as the Eras tour. When I was on tour in Europe last summer. It was the point in the tour where we had so many shows so frequently. I was getting sick a lot. I was always like physically sore, but I had reached the point in the show where I could do it muscle memory.
Right.
So I needed something to wake my brain back up. I was like, I need something that like puts
you're writing an album.
Honestly, Like it felt like I was so physically exhausted from the shows, but being mentally and sort of like emotionally stimulated by making this music got me to the point where like I was so excited to step back on stage because I knew I had this little secret project I was working on.
And is there a standout lyric on? I mean, we've been privy to a few of the songs. They're incredible, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Is there a standout lyric in this entire album that you can think of instantly? You go, actually, that's where I am. That's what I'm most proud of. That's what I love. That's my messaging.
Weirdly, like there are lines that I think represent the way I write songs. Like it's not something that I think represents like who I am as a person, because this is very much a song that's written in character. It's a song called Father Figure, where the first line of the second verse says, I pay the check before it kisses the mahogany grain. And I'm like, that's my favorite type of writing, right? Where you have to think about, what do those words mean? Oh, somebody got the bill before it hit the table, but you say kisses the mahogany grain. I'm like, okay, that's my favorite type of stuff to write. But there are some lines in the song, The Life of the Showgirl, that are very much sort of like the manifesto of how I've had to operate within this industry. It's a song about meeting one of your sort of idols, and they, instead of being what you thought they would be, they warn you against following in their footsteps because they just want to be honest with you about how hard this industry is. And you do it anyway. I think that's sort of like the manifesto of like how I approached this tour. There wasn't the option of, if I'm sick, I'm not going on stage. There wasn't an option of, I'm feeling terrible, I'm not doing the show tonight. And so every one of us on that tour operated from that standpoint of like, the crowd is your king. Like, it's not the other way around.
We're going to play Fate of Ophelia now. It's first play for us on Magic. What can you tell us about this song, and we'll play it?
I think that this song has some of like my favorite moments in it. Like there's this post-hook section that goes, keep it 100 on the land, the sea, the sky, pledge allegiance to your hands, your team, your vibes. And when we wrote that in studio, I was like, yes, this is why I do music. Like the way I feel when this part of the song happens. But this is a song about feeling for a long time like you might have met a similar fate to Ophelia, who was driven mad over the years slowly by love. And instead, she, I kind of give her a little bit of we reference her fate, but you talk about sort of someone saving you from that fate, and like how euphoric that feels to look at. Maybe your past experiences with heartbreak and feel that you've been like rescued from that by this fortuitous turn of events where you ended up finding a person that changed that for you.
What an insight. Thank you so much.
Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are once again making headlines as they prepare for what is expected to be one of the most talked about weddings of the year. While excitement continues to build, the couple is also facing serious security concerns that have cast a shadow over their big day. In recent months, Taylor Swift's personal safety has been under intense scrutiny, and the approaching wedding has only heightened those worries. According to sources quoted by Radar Online, Swift's security team is on high alert, describing her as an increasingly visible target. One insider revealed that although Taylor is happier and more open than ever, her immense fame combined with the value of her wardrobe and jewelry makes her a potential target for highly organized criminals who plan months in advance. A high-profile wedding filled with celebrity guests, extravagant gifts, constant staff movement, and millions of dollars worth of valuables creates the perfect storm for security risks. With so many distractions, insiders say protection must be flawless. The concern, they stress, is not that Taylor is careless, but that her life is lived in the public eye, where her movements are constantly tracked and anticipated. Neither Taylor Swift nor Travis Kelce has publicly addressed the rumors or security fears. However, fans have noticed a clear shift in Taylor's public appearances. Earlier this season, she was often seen supporting Travis from the safety of a private suite, surrounded by close friends and family rather than mingling with crowds as she once did. This marks a noticeable change from previous seasons when she was far more visible. Reports suggest Taylor has invested heavily in upgraded security and has even skipped several of Travis's games, a decision many believe was driven by safety concerns. As their wedding approaches, the couple is said to be keeping all details tightly under wraps, choosing privacy over publicity. Speculation about the ceremony's location continues, with Italy frequently mentioned as a possible destination. Still, no official details have been confirmed. The secrecy has only fueled public curiosity, with fans eager to know who will attend, what Taylor will wear, and how the couple will manage the intense spotlight. Security experts note that an event of this scale involving high-profile guests, valuable gifts, and one of the world's most famous pop stars presents a unique challenge. From transportation to venue selection to guest protocols, every detail must be carefully planned to avoid any risks. Despite the pressure, Taylor and Travis appear determined to celebrate their love on their own terms. By keeping their plans private and working closely with top security professionals, they are doing everything possible to ensure their wedding is remembered for the right reasons, even if it means keeping the world guessing until the very last moment.